Hello and a very warm welcome back to Fox's Weight Watcher Kitchen. I'm Johnny Fox. Now, today's recipe I thought I'd share with you guys. If you're on a weight loss program, it's hard to get those snacks. Now, I've seen a lot of people, they just get their boiled eggs and use that as a snack all day, every day. Let's take the eggs one stage further. You'll see that in some of my recipes, I'm using lentils quite a lot, and I'm also using eggs as well now. I'm doing quite a few egg recipes because, again, it's trying to find that tasty snack that keeps you going as well. So this one is nice and easy. It's based on an omelette. So you're going to get firstly 3 eggs. We're just going to throw those quickly into a bowl out of the way. And then what I do, cook lentils. As you know, I'm quite a lentil lover. With the lentils, this just thickens it up and adds a bit more. If I'm using 3 eggs, I'll use 3 good spoonfuls of the lentils, which is a nice mix. But just because I'm a bit greedy with the lentils, I'm going to go just a little bit heavier this time. So 4 spoonfuls or 3, you can balance these out whichever way you like. For seasoning, I always use me rock salt because I find that it's got a lot more flavour than the standard salt, and just about half a teaspoonful of rock salt over the top, just to add that little bit of seasoning in there as well. And because I like mine to have a nice little bit of a bite as well, I use as you can see, the big pots of pepper as well. Again, not too much, but just enough to add pepper to flavour. I think that'll be just, cool, you can smell that pepper now. Just enough pepper to flavour. And like any omelette, all you're going to do is just whisk it up, pop the eggs down, give it a bit of a stir up. And then once you know the mixture's all mixed together, because this is such a quick and easy one. I have this because I'm on the road driving around all day every day. I haven't got time to stop, get myself a sandwich and waste time sitting in some lay-by having the sandwich. And not to mention, weight-wise, it's not so good for you if you're going to eat sandwiches and all the naughty bits and pieces on the road. So I try and avoid that. Preparation is all the key thing. Get yourself your little frying pan, because again, this is going to be your typical pancake size. Have a little bit of your fry light spray in the bottom of it, just so that you know it will move around from the bottom. And we're just going to wait for this to go. Well, after I've done this one, there is another one that I'm going to follow up, not today, but next week's video is going to be another egg recipe as well, which is going to be a bit more substantial for this, because this one is more the snack one. And again, so ingredients in this, as you can see, nice and easy. 3 eggs, usually 3 breakfast spoonfuls of the cooked lentils. I normally cook those for 15 to 20 minutes. Once they're ready, leave them to cool down. You can rinse them in the sieve as well to get the scum off the top if you like. And then once it's all mixed together, your own seasoning. If you want to add more seasoning flavours, you can do. But this is just your basic mix. And all we're going to do is put that into the pan. I'm going to get the cooker up as high as I can get this one, just to speed things up, because I find it doesn't matter how quick or how slow you cook this one, it always comes out exactly the same. But when you're on the road, you just need something you can have that's quick, easy, filling, instead of the, you know, if you're on Weight Watchers, I've seen so many of you guys videos saying, this is my 7-day program. I'm having this for my breakfast. I'm having boiled eggs for my snack. I'm having this for my lunch. And a lot of you guys are doing the same. So I thought I'd share this one because I have this. I wouldn't say every day, but I have it a good majority of the week. And another recipe that will probably come on, I think, because we're doing the eggs for a while, I'll show you the next egg roll that I'm doing, and I have that on the road as well. A bit more filling, but you can have that as a summer meal as well. So for this one, basic ingredients is just lentil, eggs, and a bit of seasoning. It is that quick. So we're going to leave this for a short while, let it to start cooking down, and then we'll come back and show you how nice and tasty this one is. So back again in a second. Okay, so we're almost there on the underside. As you can see, all I've been doing, I get my spoon to mix this up quicker and just keep pulling it in from the outsides. Hence the reason you can see all these bits on the inside. It just helps it to cook through a lot quicker. And then I always find, invest yourself in one of these rubber spoons. They're really good. And then you can just test around the edges to see if it's going to move away from the bottom of the pan. And unlike a pancake, you can flip these over if you're good with a pan. But for this one, I always find it's a lot easier to just get the spatula underneath it and gently flick it over. Because as you can see, it's still a little bit wet on the top. In fact, I might show you a way that I do this, but you'll probably find I'll get covered in the lentils because they're not all cooked all the way through on the top. So I'm just going to see how much, yeah, it's a little bit loose still on the top. So if I was to flick this over now, you'd probably find I'll get covered in lentils. But as you can see, it's all loose on the bottom. I'm going to give this a a bit of a wiggle, as you can see, like your typical pancakes. But if you are going to flick this over, you can use the spatula and just give it a turn over. But for this one, I'm going to give it the old famous flick over. And there it is. Didn't get covered in nothing on the side this side either. And then just give it a little push into the pan and let that side cook itself off. As you can see, not too brown on one side. And again, all we're using just that little bit of splash of the fry light, whether you use olive oil, butter, whichever flavour you prefer, doesn't really matter. They are, for the amount that I've just used, don't even worry about calories, don't even worry about points. And this, point wise, if you're interested in the points, eggs, as you know from the book, and if you're a Weight Watcher person as well, 0 smart points. Lentils, again, 0 smart points. So this snack, while you're on the road, you can go and have your sandwich, you can eat your boiled eggs. If you want to add the calories in there and the points in there, knock yourself out and go to these shops and buy all the naughty things, your sausage rolls and your little buns and all your snacks. This I find is so nice. This will probably keep me going for a couple of days, one of these. Almost there. Is it going to move? Yes, it's just starting to move now. So I'm going to leave this on the pan for about another 15-20 seconds, and once it's to that level, you can just push it down and force it down. And like I say, cooking wise for this one, just so I can speed the video up, I've got it on a nice hot heat. I know I'm just using the hot plate. Normally I'll be over there on the gas stove, but I don't want to keep moving the cameras around all the time. It takes too long to do these. I just wanted to show you guys how simple this is to just make up a nice little snack on the road. And taste wise, trust me guys, this is so nice. And if you want to add little bits of other flavors as well, you can put bits and pieces into it. If you want to taste things, let's have a look and see what the other side's like, because I like to just double check. Not quite enough. I like mine a little bit browner than that. But again, it's all about personal preference. You can see from the way it flicks over, it's a lovely tasty omelette, full of nutrients. I mean, the amount of protein in it. You've got your eggs, which you've got your protein. Those of you that have never watched the lentil videos about, if you want to watch some of the lentil recipes I do, they're just there as well. Follow up on some of those. But lentils, the reason I cook so many of them, very, very high in protein. They got the micronutrients. They're good for fibre as well. And also, they fill you up. That's why I don't just do a standard omelette, because I find there's not enough to bite into. That is just about ready. We're going to put that one onto the small plate. And as you can see, an absolutely perfect omelette. We move the hot stove to one side, out of the way again. And the reason I do these, once they've gone cold, I'll show you this now. This is normally what I take on the road. It's usually one, I normally leave this to set on the side, go a bit cooler, and then I can slice these down. But as you can see, half one day, half another day. And all I do with mine is just slice it down into small bite-sized pieces. It's cutting really easy now because it's not so cold. And then all of these pieces are what I call your little bite-sized pieces. So when you're on the road, you fancy a quick snack, instead of grabbing a whole boiled egg and biting into it, you've got this. Trust me guys, taste-wise for these, they are really nice. So just that little bit of seasoning with a bit of salt and pepper adds that lovely seasoning flavour to it. But just with the lentils in it, these, just on their own, he said spitting, I must apologise for that. With these on their own, just the flavour, because you've got that earthy flavour from the lentils as well, absolutely delightful. And like I say, snacks on the road, eat them. Don't put any weight on, it fills you up. This will probably last me a couple of days. So hopefully this is a recipe that you guys are going to try. Nice straightforward omelette with a few lentils. It's basically 2 ingredients and a bit of seasoning. Throw it in the pan. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes. The whole thing is done. Now, if you like this recipe, you know where the subscribe button is. That's down the bottom. If you want to follow my channel and watch other recipes as well, click on the bell button. You will get a notification every single time that you get another video come up, which is going to be on average now once a week for every single recipe. So this one is my Fox's lentil and egg omelette, a little snack you can eat on the road. Thank you very much guys for watching. We'll catch you on the flip side with another recipe real soon. Take care, have a great week. Bye now.